We go back inside the Chase Center to the great KB, Kareth Burkett, Petaluma's finest joining the scene here. Our Warriors reporter here at NBC Sports Bay Area, Dalton Johnson. How about Gui Santos and how about Pat Spencer, KB?
Yeah, lots of great storylines right now, including role players stepping into starting roles because that's what the team requires. As it pertains to Gui Santos, Dalton was the one who reminded me that he grew up playing point guard. He sees the floor really well, he hustles really well, he wants to set up teammates with assists, and that's just one of the reasons why he's making the most of the moment.
Yeah, I think Gui Santos is like the ultimate story, the ultimate example of development. You know, as we talk about the end of the two timelines playing, we go back in time, I think we also need to recognize somebody like Gui Santos, because at the end of the day, we're talking about the number 55 overall pick from the 2022 NBA draft. That's the fourth to last pick in that draft, and Gui Santos' impact has been right there at the top of that entire draft class this season. Gui Santos has now scored in double figures in each of the last 6 games for the Warriors. That gives him 8 games of double figures this entire season. He had 8 all of last season. And in that 6-game span, Gui Santos is averaging 14.8 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 3.3 assists, while shooting 61.5% from the field and 44.5% from three-point range. You look at somebody who has just continued to slowly get better and better with more and more opportunity. He sat in the G League in Santa Cruz his entire first season, and then he understood what would get him on the floor. That's energy, that's effort, that's building a base as a short burst player, as Steve Kerr has said. And then he earned those longer bursts. He's started some games recently. He started games, he has closed games. You've seen him play great with Steph Curry and be an offensive addition without Steph Curry recently. When Jimmy Butler went down, Gui Santos' role was going to go up exponentially. And I think this was a major challenge to see what could he do with a bigger role. He's proving that. He's showing now some spin moves, some decel around the rim, some three-point range as well, too. So, again, I look at somebody like Gui Santos. That's someone that is the exact example of development for this Golden State Warriors franchise.
What an excellent point there. A homegrown guy. And then, yeah, he's not a short burst guy anymore. He's been starting 36 minutes in Phoenix, 26 minutes against the Lakers, cut short because he had 4 quick fouls. But, yes, as far as listening to what the coaches are asking and growing into the role, Gui has been that guy.
Oh, yeah, no, Steve Kerr clearly trusts Gui Santos. Gui Santos' confidence has grown. His teammates believe in him, and their confidence has grown as well, too. So I'm a believer. I'll say it right now, Kareth, I am a Gui-lever. I am a proud Gui-lever.
A Gui-lever. How about Gui-believe?
Oh, I like that right there, too.
The
That's teamwork. Come on.
Okay, yeah. Gui-believe. All right, guys, back to you.